Drink more water than you think you need to drink. Get more sleep than you think you need. Get more sunshine than you think you need. Stay away from assholes and throw your phone in the garbage. Try all of that for 2 months, then let's talk about your mental health. There's an episode of Rick and Morty called That's Amorte, where Rick feeds the family this delicious spaghetti. It's the most delicious spaghetti they've ever had, and they're obsessed until they learn where it comes from. You see, he gets the spaghetti from a planet where when the people take their own lives, the stress chemicals in their body turn their insides into what the rest of us would consider delicious spaghetti. So Rick just went to the morgues, found people who committed suicide, and took their bodies. But as more people find out about this because of his dumb grandson Morty, who tries to simplify the ethics of it, the demand for the suicide spaghetti goes up, and it becomes profitable for the planet. And this is when it stops being a joke. The leader of that planet can't go around forcing people to kill themselves. They're not a villain, and they don't have an evil plan laid out in a lab. So what they do instead is they start asking people who are already on their deathbeds to donate themselves to the spaghetti cause. Then, as demand grows, they just start changing the environment. They turn the planet into a bleak, depressing dystopia. Billboards go up telling people that life is better when you leave it early. Therapists are encouraged to find other jobs, and there's less professional support. They remove the safety rails on the bridges, and reality shows are run on an endless loop. And then you start watching this and you start feeling like some of this is familiar. See, they're not forcing anything. They just make despair the path of least resistance. And the environment bends in that direction. Not through force, just through reinforcement, through making it easier, more normal, more integrated. It's not hard to notice how many things in our world seem to benefit when we're not feeling great. Not because anybody sat in a room and decided to design depression, but because certain states of being are more profitable, more engaging, more scalable than others. And once something becomes useful, systems find a way to produce more of it. And it's not obvious when it's happening. There's no moment where someone tells you this is designed to make you feel worse. It just feels convenient, normal, like this is how life should work now. That's how design actually works. It's not loud, it's not aggressive, it's just small shifts that feel natural until you step back and realize how much has changed. Look at how we actually live. We overeat, not because we're hungry, but because food is engineered to hit us fast and cheap. We scroll all day. We stare at screens from the moment we wake up until the moment we fall asleep. We stay up too late. We wake up tired. And we don't move our bodies enough. We're not getting enough sunlight. We live entire days indoors, sitting still, staring at artificial light that alone would be enough to throw anyone off. But then you layer the rest on top. We compare ourselves constantly to people we've never met, living lives we fully don't understand. Those lives are filtered through the best moments they choose to show us. We have more options than any other generation before us. More people to date, more careers to choose from, more paths we could take. And somehow that doesn't feel freeing. It feels paralyzing. Like no matter what we choose, we're closing the door on something better. We talk to more people than ever and we feel less known, less held, less understood because we're all watching each other's highlight reels. We reach out less to see how people are actually doing. We assume we already know. And we've been trained to fear silence. The second there's a gap, we reach for our phones. There's no boredom anymore. And boredom, it turns out, was where a lot of meaning used to grow. Before we've even had coffee, we've seen war, tragedy, outrage, opinions, arguments, all of it, every day. Then we wonder why we feel overwhelmed, why we feel numb, why nothing feels exciting. And then we judge ourselves for it. We call it laziness. We call it a lack of discipline. We think something is wrong with us because we don't feel good inside a system that isn't designed for us to feel good in. But we try to fix it by doing more content, more stimulation, more productivity, more chasing, because maybe the next thing will be the thing that finally makes it all work. And sometimes it does for a minute, and then it flattens again. So then we do something else. And that episode of Rick and Morty just put a mirror up to all of this. It showed us a world where sadness had value because it led people to sacrifice themselves for someone else's profit. Where despair and sadness produced something people wanted. And once that connection existed, the environment started bending towards it, quietly and gradually until it just felt like normal life. And our reality doesn't have spaghetti made from dead people. But we do have platforms that benefit the more time we spend on them, not the better we feel after them. We have industries built around keeping us engaged, not necessarily keeping us well. We have systems that reward attention, outrage, consumption. And over time, that shapes our behavior until it just feels normal. And here's the part that's easy to miss. We're participating in it too. It's not just happening to us, we're feeding it. Every time we reach for a quick hit instead of a slower, hard thing, every time we choose the easy distraction over actually what grounds us, every time we trade how we feel for something that just keeps us occupied. We're not broken, we're responding exactly how you would expect someone to respond in this kind of broken environment. And this is what I keep coming back to. If this whole system can shape behavior by removing anything remotely uncomfortable, then we can shape our own lives by adding some more discomfort in the right places. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Less mindless consumption, more intentional choices. Less noise, more space. Less reaching, more being where you are. Not perfectly, not all at once, just a little more awareness than yesterday. Treat it like a dial, not a light switch. I'm not saying any of this to make you paranoid or cynical or tell you to go live in the woods or to throw your phone in the ocean, but you should throw your phone in the ocean. I'll miss you, but I'll understand. I'm just saying notice it. Because when things are working, it actually feels simple. You'll sleep well and your head will be clearer. You will move your body and your mood will shift. You will spend real time with someone and you will feel lighter after, not drained. You will go outside and something in you will settle. It won't be dramatic. It'll just be stable. And most of us have felt that before. We just forgot how accessible it actually can be. Notice what actually makes you feel better. Not in the moment, but after. Notice what leaves you more grounded, more clear, more like yourself, and notice what leaves you more drained, more scattered, more empty. The difference is usually obvious when you're honest about it. The goal isn't to escape the system. That's not realistic. The goal is to stop letting it run on autopilot without questioning where it's taking you. That episode of Rick and Morty didn't give an answer. It didn't fix anything. It just shows what happens when you follow a pattern all the way to its end. And maybe that's enough. Maybe the point isn't to solve everything. Maybe it's just to see it clearly and decide, even in a small way, what you want to participate in. I catch myself doing it all the time. I'll finish scrolling and feel worse. And instead of stopping, I'll reach for it again. Not because I think it'll help, but because it's there, because it's easy, because it's familiar. And that's the uncomfortable part. It's not just the system. It's how easily I fit into the system. It's not just happening to us. We're feeding it every time we reach for a quick hit instead of slower, hard things.